Hi everybody, take two, the joys of technology. So those of you who've been doing Facebook Live, I'm sure you know how it is. Sometimes things work and sometimes things don't work. But here we are, and let's start all over again. So for those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Nim Gholkar. Welcome to episode 4 of Cine Social Live, a one-of-its-kind, thought-provoking talk show where we put the spotlight on hidden and harsh realities of today's social circles. Harsh realities that unfortunately a lot of people are struggling with, but no one really is talking about. Now, the purpose of this show is to spark important conversations and to foster a community that is positive, non-judgmental, and inclusive. So as you all know, each episode I have a special guest whom I invite to have a chat with me about all these issues. And today I have a very dear friend and a wonderful human being, Padmaja Sahani Sarkar. So welcome Padmaja, and thank you so much for joining me on the show.
And thank you for inviting me. I was looking forward to have a chat with you, and especially on these topics for our audience. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. I'm super excited, and we have some very chatpata topics ready for our audience. Now, I'm going to try and do some justice to introducing Padmaja. Now, she is somebody who's worn and continues to wear many, many hats. She's led a very interesting life, and I'm going to try and encapsulate it as well as possible. So amongst other things, Padmaja is an Odissi dancer, a radio presenter, a singer, a social activist, an economics and business studies lecturer. She's also a huge inspiration to women in general all over the world because she changed her profession after 32 years of being in the corporate world and she moved into the teaching profession. So kudos to you. You know, moving professions at any age, but particularly after you've been, in a certain comfort zone for so many years.
Yeah.
When you take that leap of faith, it's super, super scary to a lot of people. Was it scary for you at any point, Padmaja?
Not really. It wasn't scary for me because for the only fact that I wanted to do it. I discovered myself quite late. I was happy. Yeah, I was happy in the corporate world in India as well and here.
Yeah. Worked
in India for 8 years for a public sector company and here for the Commonwealth Bank. So I worked for quite a number of years, and I wanted to. I took a leap into this because I was doing training, in my last workplace, and I was imparting education there in various ways.
Yeah.
I used to do events as well, which are very educational and thought-provoking. And that's when I discovered myself. I thought, I want to impart this education, not to adults, but to children as well, to students as well.
Yeah.
So besides my subjects, economics and business studies, I do teach I have 10 or 15 minutes of my time to talk to the students, other things that they can learn from as well.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So I love my profession.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
I can tell because you're always so passionate about it when we chat. Yeah. So that is awesome. Yeah. And post-COVID, like I said in our first take of this show, is that a lot of people are looking for meaning, are looking for something that truly matters.
Yeah.
So I think listening to you today, they're going to draw a lot of inspiration because they are going to recognize that time is finite, you only get one life, but if you spend it doing what matters, then it is a life well spent. Absolutely. Would you agree?
Of course. Yes.
Yeah. So let's dive into today's topics. Like I said earlier, we have some very, very interesting topics. The first one is a term that I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. A lot of you will be even able to identify some of the people who fit that definition of the word. And something you'll all resonate with, right? That word, I'm going to get Padmaja to shed some light on what it means and, her insights on it. So the word is frenemies. Frenemies, and I'm sure you've heard this word, but over to you, Padmaja. What's your understanding of this term, frenemies?
All right, this term frenemies was actually coined in the millennia, I think after the social media came into force, or by the younger generation, the millennia kids or whatever. But frenemy as such, the word frenemy is friend and enemy. That's how the term is coined, frenemy. It is basically a relationship that is negative, that outwardly appears like very positive, but it is fraught with competitiveness and jealousy.
Yeah.
So that is the thing. So sometimes friends appear to be friends, some, not all, but there is a lot of competition behind. There's a lot of jealousy, and that can ruin not only the friendship but a lot of other things for you in life as well.
So basically, it's an enemy who's masquerading as a friend.
As a friend,
yeah, which is dangerous.
Which is very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
And frenemies, you will find them in your social circle, at the workplace. So in both these areas, more so I hear about frenemies in the social circles.
Yeah.
Because we have a very, the social life here is every weekend.
Bustling.
Bustling. So I hear about so many examples of this from various people over the years. And I think we need not be so unkind to our friends. To make it simple, don't be so unkind to your friends. And the reason it arises is because of basically the competitiveness. People just want to,
be one step
ahead of everyone. Or then the insecurities that you have. But I just want to tell everyone that we're all complete in our own way. All of us are complete. You need to look at yourself and see the positives that you have and work on your strengths.
Yeah.
It's not, no one is incomplete. Don't look at the other person and say, oh, she's doing this, so I need to do this.
Yeah.
If Nim runs, we all know what Nim is doing here. I can't do what Nim does. Honestly, I can't do it. And I can't look at Nim and say, oh, I want to do what she does, because that's not possible for me.
Everyone has their own.
Everyone has their own. So all of us, I just need to tell our audience there that we are all complete.
We are unique.
We are unique in our own ways. We are complete, and all of us are talented. We just need to tap into our talents and into our strengths and work on them.
Yeah. Find your lane.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Find your lane. We all have our lane and stick to it, and let others run their race in their lane.
Their lane, and absolutely. And even in the workplace, like I know a lot of people. I'm speaking to a lot of people who are working. Even in the workplace, of course, the dynamics are different with these frenemies, but you need to be careful, and you need not indulge in being a frenemy or making someone a victim of you being a friend enemy, because it doesn't work. It really doesn't work. Maybe for a short time, but it really doesn't work, because there are a lot of factors that make it work and unwork as well.
Yeah.
Work for a short time, but when it unworks itself, it just it's not really going to work. But at the same time, you need to, so it doesn't really help the culprit or the victim.
So true.
It doesn't help either. Yeah.
And also, I find that many people don't realize that when you listen to gossip, you're just as guilty as when you're speaking it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So many times with frenemies, I've noticed that, somebody comes and tells somebody something about their best friend. Okay, it could be some gossip. This person, instead of defending their friend, actually says, like we say, chabi lagana. They'll say, acha, what else? Like, oh, why do you think that? And you sort of, you make that gossip become bigger than it needs to be. Absolutely. In fact, when I meet somebody who says something about somebody I like, I will just say, but I like her, she's fine. I'll defend that person. So I think that's also a definition of frenemy, where you don't stick up for your friends.
You don't stick up for your friends, absolutely. And I've seen various examples of frenemies in the social circles.
Yeah.
Like, isolating someone from a group. And that I have, observed, and there are people who, then sometimes people find comfort in you telling, they said, this has happened to me and what do I do? So I've heard so many of such cases where they're totally isolated from the group, and it's not fair, and it affects the well-being of the person. I think we need to remember that you're playing with somebody's emotions.
I want to put a question to the audience, Padmaja. I want to ask you, has anyone listening to us, watching us today, have you ever experienced this in your friend circle, or do you know of anybody who's experienced this, where there's complete isolation of one individual? Let's say, somebody, one person says something or disagrees with a person from the group. there's the power dynamics,
Oh,
right?
yes.
There's
Oh, yes.
one person in a group that's more powerful
More
than
powerful,
everybody
very
else.
overpowering, and then they
And
take
then you
over
go
the whole
against
thing.
her. She often, this person will, often poison the others' minds against this one person, and then they will stop inviting her to any party or stop inviting.
I have seen this. I have seen this, observed, and the person concerned was not okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it affected her. It affected her. It affected her child as well.
Yes.
Because the child was isolated from the other children.
Yeah.
So
and when
how,
you're
how fair
migrants,
is that?
that's hard.
That's hard.
Yeah.
How fair is that to isolate the mother and the child by one person, by one overpowering personality?
Yeah, very unfair.
So yeah, that's what happens. It also happens, like, in what I've observed here in social groups, like if you have a singing group, or you have these other groups that are performances basically in the performances as well, and singing groups as well, and
there's like one-upmanship competition,
like wo stage pe kaun gayega, wo ye main
how much time in the spotlight,
how much time in the spotlight, ye gana churao, wo gana, and like it's like I don't want to use words that are not this thing, but it just came out, sorry. I'm so sorry. But the thing is, come on guys, we are here to entertain, have fun, entertain, and so far away from, we're all, so it's not fair, and come on, I mean, we are not.
I also think the pie is big enough for all of us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what we forget. The pie is big enough. You don't have to get your moment in the sun by pushing someone else out of the sun.
Yeah, if you want to go in the sun, then go to Bollywood, go to Mumbai.
And actually go for audition.
Go to the Indian Idol, give an audition, and there I say, wow, if you could get in there, like, so, but don't get, don't create those enemies and here and then.
Absolutely, yeah.
It doesn't work. It works on people's well-being there as well, because I know people have left singing, because of these kind of dynamics in the room and during concerts. Yeah.
So stressful. I mean,
it's so stressful. So we're not enjoying the whole process.
Exactly. And you can't hold talent. You can't hold talent back. If you've got talent, you'll go ahead.
That's the thing. So these are the two areas that I would give an example of. There are others as well, and I'm sure our audience would give us more insight into this with their experiences as well.
Yes, please put it in the comments. Padmaja and I will go through the comments later, and we will be more than happy to interact with you all offline. Right now it's a little hard for me to see the comments, but they're coming in. Thank you so much for interacting.
And one more thing I would say is, friend enemies can, what I would say is, sometimes it's an innate nature as well. What friend, people who are, that's where you need to be a bit careful when when you, and the best part is your gut feeling. If your guts, if your instinct tells you something is wrong here, listen to that. We usually don't listen to that. We just feel, "Arey kuch nahi chalega. Let's see na kya hota hai." And basically, we are here. We are more into this groups. We don't want. We are scared to leave the group, or we are scared to lose friends.
So we put up with a lot.
We put up with a lot. So the thing is, if your intuition says, your soul speaking, the soul says, kuch gadbad hai, just...
To gadbad hai. That is awesome. I think we've covered a lot of ground with frenemies, and I'm sure I can see that there are people. Hi Vandana. Vandana says enjoying it.
Oh, there's Vidya, my friend from
Hi,
Vidya,
hello.
Vandana, and
good chat, girls. Yes, wealth is good health. Very good. Thank you for leaving the comments. Please keep the comments coming.
There's someone on top there as well. Who's that?
Yes, I'm just wondering if I scroll down, I'll lose
my... Oh, all right. Oh, you lose it. All right. So that's...
I don't want to twiddle around.
Name I can see.
Yes. So that was, now of course you and I both have amazing friend circles, so we have no issues with our friends. I just want to put it out there, but we are putting the spotlight on issues we have observed as bystanders in society. Both Padmaja and I are blessed with amazing friend circles, but because we've been in the community for so many years, this is what we've observed, right? So through the show and through our guest speakers, we are trying to put the spotlight so that more people become aware. Because you'd agree, Padmaja, not enough people are talking about it. Everyone's struggling, right?
Yes.
Everyone can probably recognize at least one frenemy they've come across, but nobody's talking. So I'm so happy that we are here today, putting the spotlight on this. We are moving on to something even more interesting, a topic, and that is about postcode prejudice. Can you believe something like that exists? But I'm going to get Padmaja to tell us. Padmaja, postcode prejudice in offline, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
What's that?
So postcode prejudice is the postcode that basically, to put it in black and white, it's a postcode where you live. So those prejudices are,
based on where you
live. So you cannot define a person by where the person lives, because people buy their properties as per for their personal reasons. So either it's close to their workplace or the schooling, or it's close to the station, or sometimes even affordability I would say.
Absolutely.
But there's no need to look down upon that person. That's what I'm saying. But a lot of it is defined here by the postcode.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people who invite people for for lunches and dinners at their place by the postcode. I've heard about this.
Isn't that sad?
And that's really
sad.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. So they're actually, let's invite 20 people and then let's look at where they live. Oh yes, they made the cut. We're inviting them. It's pretty much like that a lot of times, right?
So I wouldn't say it is. It's only a Sydney thing.
Yeah. Global
as well. I came from Mumbai. So
you've observed that there.
I've observed that there as well. If I was brought up in a very cultural hub, but because it was on the side of the on one line, like the what do you say, east, west, north, south, right? So it was on one. I don't know where they do.
But the other side,
which was judgmental about, right? But we were all right. It was. I was living in a proper cultural hub, and we have so. I don't want to get deeper into it, but what I want to say is, of course, now the topography of Mumbai is changed.
Yeah.
So now there is. It's different, but. 35 years ago, 40 years ago, it was not the case.
I've actually noticed, and I'd like to also point out, Padmaja, I've noticed that I've been at dinner parties where people are actually sitting at these tables, okay? And they're asking questions, and everyone's favorite question is, "Aap kahan rehte ho?" Okay? And then I've actually noticed that they've been quite friendly to, for example, Miss X and Miss Y, okay? Miss X is really friendly with Miss Y. And then comes the question, "Aap kahan rehte ho?" Where do you live? And Miss Y, heaven forbid, comes up with a postcode that is beneath someone's dignity. I've actually seen Miss X turn away and for the whole duration of the dinner not speak to Miss Y at all. Have you observed that as well?
I've observed that. I've observed the apartment, to live in an apartment and to live in a house. I've seen that, and it's so...
So those who live in the house are looking down on those who are in
apartments. Yeah. And that's so unfair. That's so unfair and so unkind.
Absolutely.
On people to do that.
Yeah. There could be multiple reasons.
There could be multiple reasons, and
a lot of people, I think, look at it as, she can't afford to live in a house, but guys, many times it is a lifestyle choice.
Absolutely. And I think back home, how many people lived in houses? Yeah. Everybody lived in apartments only.
But also affordability. I mean, why is that even a thing to look down upon? Everyone is at different levels in their life. Let's say somebody cannot afford a unit. It doesn't change their essence as a human being. Right? They're still amazing human beings. Whether they can afford something, can't afford something, whether it's a lifestyle choice, it doesn't change your core.
Absolutely.
But see, the way people are choosing friends nowadays has changed.
Changed. Absolutely. So it's like the whole thing it's very unkind. It's like affecting people's well-being, and people are coming here. They already have their own struggles with children, with work, and with the families, and then these social issues coming up. Okay, and they want to socialize. People want to socialize to be, to be relaxed and to have some fun time, and then all these things crop up.
Absolutely.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. I wrote an article, and many of you may have read. I've written that a couple of years ago, and I keep resharing it. It's about this young woman tells her husband, let's buy a house. And the husband says, we will, just not yet because we can't afford it yet. And she said, no, we have to buy it now because otherwise we'll be the laughing stock of our group. So people are getting into financial debt, they're getting into marital strife because they are trying to buy in postcodes that they may not be able to afford.
Yeah.
Right? So it's very sad.
Yeah.
So postcode prejudice, I just wanted, through this conversation with Padmaja, everyone, I wanted to shed some light on that sometimes we really need to look within ourselves and ask ourselves, are we guilty of doing this? Because if we are, just recognize that it is impacting, like Padmaja said, the mental health of people everywhere.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's move on to our next topic.
Yeah, that's interesting as well.
Again, a chatpata.
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's
keeping up with the Joneses. Keeping up with the Joneses, an interesting term, and I know you have some insights on that.
I have insights on that because the term "keeping up with Joneses" was actually it originated from a comic strip in New York in 1913. So the comic strip was run in many newspapers there up to 1940. And the comic strip was about, oh my God, it's a social climbing up of the McGinnis family. Who struggled to keep up with the Jonases. Jonases were their neighbors.
Oh.
So
I didn't know
this was a satire made up. It was a satire to make fun of people who are striving to compete with their neighbors. And I had a peep into my neighbor today before coming here to see which car they do. What cars do they have?
Yeah.
Unaffordable for me.
That is,
and I'm okay with it.
That's interesting trivia. How many of you knew that? I mean, we all, say this term, keeping up with the Joneses, but this is the first time I've, thanks to Padmaja, found out where it was actually born.
Yeah.
But keeping
so
up with the
Joneses.
See?
Yeah.
No, go on,
Sorry.
go on.
Right from it was 1913, and we are still on with it.
Hum nahi sudhrenge.
Hum nahi sudhrenge. And in spite of the fact that things have changed now, technology, things, consumerism, people have more purchasing power now than probably what they had then. And everybody is okay with their finances, resources and whatever here. So I mean everywhere, but the thing is, and still that
it's happening.
It's happening.
When we talk keeping up,
sorry, move on.
Keeping up with the Joneses, okay? Let's get down to specifics in terms of what is this whole keeping up with the Joneses. So many times it's about, what brand bag are you carrying? What do you think?
I have seen that, but I don't get affected by it.
Good.
I
Good
have
idea.
my one bag.
High five.
I have my one bag, and I have been like this from times immemorial. You can say the one bag person.
Yeah.
And
so you wait till it's worn out and then you buy
I wait till it's worn out and then I buy it because my whole world is in the bag.
So I want to ask, how many of you are one bag users? Like you use it till it wears out and then you'll go and buy a new one, right? I'm not that. Unfortunately, I like multiple bags, but I know what you mean. And many listening would be that.
I'm sure there are many who will resonate with my way because my whole world is in my bag. So I cannot move, from here to there. Yes, when I go for social events, I take another bag, but otherwise, it's my one bag.
Yeah. So Marathi आम्ही म्हणतो की पूर्ण संसार बॅगेत घेऊन चालायचा, हो की नाही?
And I'm not shy of my one bag. I'm very confident of my one bag. And even clothing, if you see, the repetitive clothing, people don't want to wear it because someone questions them and someone, it's like what would you say?
It's beneath your dignity to repeat an outfit,
clothing.
apparently.
You go on my Facebook and you see the sari, I've worn it like 100 times.
Multiple times.
At different occasions.
I was at an event, I heard somebody say this to somebody, I heard them say, you wore the sari at that occasion, right, 4 weeks ago. A, how do people remember? B, look, there could be genuinely a good reason for it, right? That person might be so enamored and impressed by that sari that they remember it. So we have to give people their due. So there could be a good reason, but very often it's malicious. It's like, oh, acha, you don't have any other saris?
There's so many topics to talk about, when you meet people. There's so many interesting facts that we can exchange. There's so much of interesting information that we can exchange about what's happening in the world or what's happening in Sydney. And I honestly, that's more. You do appreciate a sari. I'm not saying don't appreciate anyone's sari. Like everyone looks at the sari and they say, oh, it's a kata stitch and it's beautiful. That's
good.
You do need to appreciate, but what I'm saying is don't question someone with. There are people who question with malice a bit, and
they're judgmental.
And they're judgmental. So that's what it's not there. If you like to carry bags, that's fine, good enough. You carry the bags what you want, but don't. To a person who doesn't like to do that, you like to change bags like me, don't come and tell me, oh, you're carrying that one bag, so we'll present you with another one.
She's very happy with her one bag. So I actually had somebody tell me, Nim, I've taken a second job, okay?
Yeah.
I said, why? She said, oh, because I am in a circle where I have to keep each event I go to, I have to keep wearing new clothes, which I can't afford with my current job. So I've taken a second job just to afford my clothes spend.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, for my last birthday, I got a bag.
I know what to give Padmaja at her next birthday.
I did. That's why I mentioned it. And I was specifically told that तू एक ही bag carry करती है, तो इसके लिए तुझे ये bag.
You get one more.
I said, oh wow, it was. Yeah.
So when we put it out there, she's happy with her one bag, so no complaints there, right? Fabulous. Look, I think we've done hopefully a good job of putting the light on some very important topics. So to encapsulate, you have one more thing?
One more thing I have to say is, this keeping up with Jonas is like, how many people get into debt because of that?
Yeah.
Because you're trying to compete with all this things that you're buying all the time, and is it really required? Do you really require it? And because it's very difficult to break from that cycle once you get into it. ये खरीदना है, वो खरीदना है, उसके साथ competition करना है. That's the thing. So what you really need in life, what I want to, we finished with the topics, right?
Yeah. We're going to a very rapid fire.
Do you want to talk something more about these things? Or what?
Is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, what I just want to say that what you really need in life is a good, supportive, kind, compassionate, good souls as friends. And you need to be good souls as well to each other. Like be good souls, be good friends with everyone. And you need a friend who will accept you as you are. That's all you need in your life. The sanity and your sanity and a good, peaceful life. Spiritually, those who are going through this stress, know that, so you're going through this stress and you don't know how to overcome it. Like at the moment, if you're going through this stress, and you're wondering, my God, now these people are talking about this, but नहीं हो सकता है यार, अभी क्या करें, you're going to have a sleepless night. Don't worry about it. Like with your issue, you're going to have a sleepless night.
Yes.
But don't worry, you know what? The universe takes care of all these things. That's for me, spiritually, that's how it is.
There's Namita Matani saying, perfectly said, Padmaja. So she said that.
Thank you. Thanks, Namita. I know Namita.
Hi,
yes.
Trupti Shukla says, enjoying the conversation. Yes. Hi, Mamta. Good conversation. Fabulous. Good to see everybody tuning in. Yes. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Stay tuned because we're going to a fun segment with Padmaja and we're going to get to know her better. Was there anything else you wanted to add?
No, because I just want to say, you have to see the magic of the universe. Be positive and you'll see the magic of the universe, and do not stress. That's it.
Do not stress. Very, very important. In a post-COVID world, we have enough stress as it is. Let's not get these superficial things to add to the stress quotient, in our lives.
Yeah.
So, typically with Sydney Social Live, we always wrap up with a rapid fire. Are we ready?
Oh, ये है क्या? Hamper कुछ है क्या?
नहीं, hamper नहीं है, but I'll shout you a nice coffee or a mocha or a cap or something like that. So, just quick rapid fire.
Yep.
Tea or coffee?
Chai, masala chai.
Masala chai. You have coffee at all?
I do, but I love my masala chai.
You like your masala chai. Okay, fair enough. Stilettos or flats?
Stilettos. Ooh. The shorty me, I need stilettos all the time.
This lady, how glamorous is she in her sari and her bindi? I mean, I'm always saying to her, you look amazing, right? So that's awesome. Okay, this is a tough one. Mishti doi or cham cham?
Mishti doi.
I love them both. Okay, Mumbai or Sydney?
Wow.
You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble. Mumbai first, Sydney second.
Mumbai chi mulgi.
Yes. Yes.
And lastly, Friday night, what's your definition of a really fun Friday night?
Fun Friday night before, when I was new to Sydney, then Friday evenings were like going out with friends and stuff like that. Like now I just want to be at home and with my masala chai and then watch. I love watching podcasts.
Oh.
So yeah. So I just want my masala chai and then sit and watch the podcast or something on Netflix later. Yeah.
Me too. After this, we're going to discuss what are the coolest series to watch on Netflix. So that's happening after this. And lastly, what's your favorite cuisine? What kind of food?
My favorite cuisine is Thai, actually.
Okay. And what's your favorite restaurant in Sydney?
My favorite restaurant in Sydney for Thai food is Buddha Raksha in Enfield.
Oh, okay. I haven't been there and love Thai food. Buddha Raksha.
Buddha Raksha.
So if you're listening, big shout out to you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And is there a favorite dish that you always order? Or?
I love pad thai and I love the salad that they have, the
banana leaf or papaya?
The papaya one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I had Thai last night, but look, I could have it every day. So it's really nice. Well, thank you so much, Padmaja, for joining us. Hasn't she been amazing, helping me shed light on a lot of these important issues? We really, really appreciate it. So hopefully in season 2, we can get you back on the show. So any last words you want to say to our audience?
No, just thank you for being there. Thank you for logging in and all my friends logging in and watching this show. You know how I was so scared to face the camera because radio presentation is different from this. So thank you all being there and thank you to Nim for having me on this show. I just loved it, loved talking to our audience.
Actually, Padmaja did say to me offline that she's blessed to have amazing friends, and look, that is in itself a blessing, right?
Yes.
So good on you and good on everyone who's a friend of Padmaja. Before we wrap up, I do want to give a shout out for our decor styling. So you see all the wonderful decor, the studio set and all that. That's thanks to Shipra Devani at Melange Chic. So thank you, Shipra, for helping give us this amazing decor. Love to you and love to all of you for listening in today. Stay tuned for yet another episode coming up next week. Thanks a lot, Padmaja.
Thank you, Nim.
We're going to have chai now. Chai pe charcha.
Chai pe charcha.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Just end it here.